How do I know that my teachers are engaged in a workshop if it's virtual? Hi, my name is Ryan Stoyer, the Executive Director of Magnify Learning. We're doing project-based learning workshops all summer, and we're looking at a lot of virtual options. When we say virtual, we mean interactive. So the question that comes up from administrators is, how do I know that my folks are engaged in the process? How do I hold them accountable? And it's a great question because we've all been a part of a virtual learning opportunity that was, a PowerPoint that just plays for an hour and maybe I answer some questions at the end. So I could go get some chips, I could probably go mow the lawn, I come back. As long as the video is going, I can hit next. And that's not what we're talking about, right? You're not holding people accountable at that time. People are not interactive. We're going to be interactive. We're going to be creating throughout this whole process. So I want to do a quick screencast to show you a couple of those options. So this is an example workshop we're going to be doing at the end of May. We're really excited about. One of the pieces that I think is really important as we go virtual, and we're using tools that your teachers can use in the classroom when they go right back to the classroom. So they're also learning e-learning principles they can use with your learners. They're going to have access to all of these workshops and their agenda indefinitely. So when they go back to the classroom, all the things they've created, anything that they've seen us use, they can use in their classrooms. Now, this will be their opening slide. As we move through the process here, I'm going to skip to a couple slides to show you points of not just interaction, but interaction where we're recording things that your teachers are turning into us, things that are time-stamped, and we can show you, yep, Ryan was here and this is what he was doing. So this first one, we're going to talk about their personal why, and then we're going to jump into Padlet. And when they go to Padlet, they're going to put their name and then their personal why, and we'll be able to see who's logged in and who's moving with us at this point. As we go through, we're going to have another checkpoint here on slide 21. So they're starting to build their PBL unit in their grade level and in their content area. And then here on slide 21, we have these planning forms that we typically use. And you might want to find one that works for all of your teachers, but right here, they're going to actually turn that in. So we will actually have every participant's name, email, and a link to their planning form. And we can follow that planning form over the 3 days to see what kind of interaction they're doing, what they're building, if they're on the right track or the wrong track, if they need some additional help. And those are pieces that we can all make accessible to you as well as their administrator. Before they leave on day one, we are going to do another Padlet exercise that's going to have a name, a like, and a wonder, so we can make sure that everybody's there. So we're going to have a check-in at the beginning of each day and at the end of each day. So day 2, we run this protocol where, again, we're collecting name, email, and how are they interacting with us during this time. And then at the end of day 2, we have another activity that fits the day, it fits the protocol, it's things that your teachers can use in the classroom, but it also gives us a timestamp that Ryan was here at the end of the day at 3:30, and here's his reflection form. So we're not trying to make it a check-in piece where, hey, tell us you were here. It's part of the programming, it's part of the workshop that we always hold, but it's also helpful. Again, we've been getting this question again and again from administrators. How do I know that my people are plugged into this process? So we're going to have these timestamp things that we can have for you to show that your people are engaged. And then at the end, we're going to have an expo where we're going to share our work, which ultimately is the true engagement point and the real accountability for project-based learning, is that there's a real-life event at the end of this, and you're going to want to have great work to share. In addition to that, in this feedback survey here, in the project submission survey, we're going to have each of your participants, each of your teachers will submit a Google slide link. So we'll have those 30 Google slides available for you, and each one is going to outline exactly what your teacher's project is. So here are the standards that they're going to hit. Here's the community partner they're going to use. Here's the end product that they'll have, and here's the 21st century learning skill that they'll be engaging in that project. And we're happy again to share that with you as a resource, not just as an accountability piece, but you'll also have this bank of projects that you know your teachers are looking to implement in the next year. So when we say a virtual workshop, we're talking about learning, project-based learning in an authentic and real way. You're going to leave, every one of your teachers will leave with a PBL unit ready to implement. They'll have interacted and collaborated with their peers, their colleagues. They'll have interacted in a group and as well as opportunities one-on-one with our PBL certified facilitators. And they'll run protocols and processes that work for adult learning and for your students. And all of that's going to be in a documented way where we can tell you, where are your people engaging? So hopefully this answers that question for you administrators. This is not a fluff virtual piece. Like, we expect to do some really good, strong, hard work. Your folks are going to be worn out after 3 days, but they're going to have some really great work to show for it. And we want to make sure we're providing you with a ton of value as you look to engage your learners, tackle boredom, and transform classrooms.